Live from the National News Studio, Sri Lanka.
Hello there, good evening and welcome to the National News Broadcast. I'm Niket Karunaratne.
A very good evening indeed. I'm Sharifah Tahir. Let's take a look at the headlines.
The President told the heads of media institutions that voters should decide the future of the country but not the future of the candidates at this presidential election. The Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna fields Namal Rajapaksa as its presidential candidate. SLFP's Dayasiri faction signs an agreement to support Sajid. Rishad Badiuddin's decision will be announced on the 14th of this month. Youth for Justice says that Lal Kanta and others had expected to grab power out of the democratic framework. Construction of the Gatame flyover recommences. Professor Muhammad Yunus has been named as the chief of the interim rule in Bangladesh.
We now move on to those and other stories in detail. We take a look at local news first. President Ranil Wickremesinghe says that he has come forward to contest the presidential election to build the future of the people and the country.
He says that the other candidates contest the presidential election to secure their own future. He made these remarks at a meeting held with the heads of media institutions in Colombo today. The President said that he could save the country on 2 occasions when the country faced severe economic crises. The President added that he will request a mandate from the general public to continue his economic reforms that have been implemented by the government. Heads of media institutions, news directors and newspaper editors were present on this occasion.
So now certain parties, they are making comments that they are going to change the IMF agreement and all these things. And what's your view regarding the future of this program?
No, we have come to an agreement with the IMF and we have to implement it. If we implement it as we go along, there won't be a problem for Sri Lanka. Now others are coming up with various proposals that they want to change. Then they must tell her what they are going to do. One thing about IMF is that the benchmarks will not be changed. They have never changed it for any country. Benchmarks are there. So for instance, you want to give something free from some place and you want to increase VAT to 25%. Well, if the numbers are agreeable, they will say yes. But you can't change the benchmarks and the revenue figures and the expenditure figures.
Excellency, the debt restructuring agreements are now in place, and from 28 onwards we have to start repaying our debts, our dues. From now until 2028, what is the plan, what is the process if you secure a term in office to address that?
That's why I say I brought the Economic Transformation Act to increase our earnings and start repaying, because the IMF thought we'll have the capacity at that time. So this is the big test. Can you pay it by 2028 or not? Who is going to produce the plan for that? That's why it's your future. You are voting for a candidate who can repay the debt from 2028 onwards. So it's not the candidate's future, it's your future.
A year ago, I had met you and I had asked you whether you are going to contest the presidency. And at that time you had asked me, what do you think? And I said, why not? And here you are.
I have followed your advice. So you vote for me now.
So my question is this. Now, you just said that you're a lone member. If you win the presidential election, is it going to be like a national government you're going to be looking at, or what's going to happen?
I would like the voters to decide which party, what comes in. I will work with everyone. I'll ask everyone to come. It's after all for you, and how to pay the loans back from 2028. Before as I became president, I told Sajid to come, join me. I told Anura. They didn't do it. They may be regretting it now. What to do? Next time we'll take them all into the government. We must learn to work together. We are talking about the Westminster system is all right if you follow the rules. If you don't follow the rules, that's the end of it. Secondly, we must look at a political system which supports the basic, the fundamentals. You can differ on the details. This is what our country hasn't had. That's why I want this country to have that. I think all of you want it.
This is regarding vehicle imports, so imports, the ban of vehicle imports. Isn't it possible for you to let the people import vehicles with a higher tax and then try and reduce the pay tax or whatever the taxes we have right now, which we pay individually, so that at least the people who can import vehicles can do that? Are you thinking of options like that after you get re-elected?
Next year we will be allowing vehicle imports by stages because we need the custom duty to make up for revenue. So there will be, but we are waiting for, I think our reserves have been built up, so it should be in a position to allow the import of vehicles, because duties from vehicle imports is a major source of revenue for the government. We need it for next year.
If you were to be re-elected to power, do you have a plan to address this issue and also to downsize the workforce employed by the state?
No, first and foremost, I have a plan. That's why I passed Act also. We have to go through full employment by opening out and going into a trade economy, international, very highly competitive, export-oriented economy. So that's what I am for. As cutting down the state sector, no, I mean people have to live. Okay, we are paying for it. But what's the cost if you put them on the road? It will be worse than Bangladesh.
You have put the onus on the people about on the upcoming election. How confident are you that people will make the right decision?
I am not put the onus by law.
No, definitely
No,
not.
I am telling you, by law, it's the franchise. So the franchise holder must exercise it. I am putting forward my proposals, what we have to do. I am confident the majority will come along. Others had the opportunity. Why am I here? I am the single member of my party. For me to be here, others must all in front of me must run off. So if they ran off, then what will they stay now? That is a test. Can we, have we got leaders who can resolve the problems of the country? Or will they run away or will they hide? That is all the country has to decide.
National organizer of the Sri Lanka Podu Jana Peramuna parliamentarian Nama Rajapaksa was named as the party's presidential candidate today at the party headquarters at Nelum Mawatha in Battaramulla. Buddhist religious observances were held before this ceremony. Later, General Secretary of the party, Attorney at Law Sagara Karyavasam announced the name of Nama Rajapaksa as the party's presidential candidate. General Secretary of the Sri Lanka Podu Jana Peramuna, Attorney at Law Sagara Karyavasam said that he names Nama Rajapaksa as the victorious presidential candidate of the Sri Lanka Podu Jana Peramuna for the upcoming presidential election. Nama Rajapaksa is the eldest son of former President Mahinda Rajapaksa. He has been representing the parliament for about 14 years. Since 2010, he won the highest number of preferential votes from the Hambantota district at all the 3 general elections held during that period. He is acting as the national organizer of the Sri Lanka Podu Jana Peramuna at present. Parliamentarian Johnston Fernandez said that the opposition elements have got ready to launch a poster campaign of about 2 million posters to discredit the Sri Lanka Podu Jana Peramuna candidate. He said that these posters are about casinos and import of garbage containers. However, our party has tactfully taken the correct decision regarding the presidential candidate. He said that the party will definitely win the election. State Minister Prasanna Ranavira said that the party has fielded a young leader who is capable of victory. National organizer of the Sri Lanka Podu Jana Peramuna, Nama Rajapaksa, said that he is grateful to the Politburo of the party and the party members have placed their trust towards him. He further said that he will take all challenges before him and steer the party towards victory. He requests all members of the party to further support him.
නූතන පරම්පරාවේ දේශපාලන බලවේගයක් විදිහට ශ්‍රී ලංකා පොදු ජන පෙරමුණ දෙමව්පියන්ගේ තරුණයන්ගේත් අපේක්ෂාවන් මල්පල ගන්නවන්න අපි කටයුතු කරනවා. ජයග්‍රහණය ඉතිරයිද? පැහැදිලිවම ශ්‍රී ලංකා පොදු ජන පෙරමුණ ජයග්‍රහණය කරනවා. ඔබතුමා ජයග්‍රහණය කරනවද? මගේ ජයග්‍රහණය කියන්නේ පක්ෂයේ ජයග්‍රහණය, පක්ෂයේ ජයග්‍රහණය කියන්නේ රටේ ජයග්‍රහණය. සර් කොහොමද ජයග්‍රහණය
Former President Mahinda Rajapaksa said that the party will definitely win and he is happy in this occasion. He added that the members who left the party will definitely come back. He invites them to join the party for victory.
The Sri Lanka Freedom Party, led by Dayasiri Jayasekara, has decided to support Samagi Jana Balawegaya leader Sajith Premadasa at the upcoming presidential election. An agreement in this connection was signed at the Water's Edge Hotel in Battar Mulla. The relevant agreement was signed by Dayasiri Jayasekara on behalf of the SLFP and Sajith Premadasa for the Samagi Jana Balawegaya. The signing ceremony has been organised under the theme of Let's Make Unity and Freedom Victorious. Leader of the Samagi Jana Balawegaya, Sajith Premadasa, said that the SJB will initiate a people-centred economic development. The benefits of economic development should be passed on to each member of the society. The SJB's policies are justifiable and equality for all. Therefore, the agreement signed today does not intend to share privileges, benefits, ministerial posts and other higher portfolios after gaining power. This agreement should be continued for the well-being of the 22 million general public of the country. Parliamentarian Dayasiri Jayasekara said that once Sajith Premadasa becomes the president of the country on the 21st of September, they will take control of the SLFP headquarters into their hands and rebuild the Sri Lanka Freedom Party. Minister Mahinda Amaravira held a media briefing today and expressed views in this connection. Minister Mahinda Amaravira said that they came to know that Dayasiri Jayasekara has signed an agreement with the SJB as the General Secretary of the SLFP. It is completely illegal because there already is a legal chairman and a General Secretary for the SLFP. They have done this task without the consent of the SLFP's Central Committee and the Executive Committee.
Leader of the All Ceylon People's Congress, former Minister Rishad Badiuddin, says that his party's decision to support a candidate of the presidential election will be announced on the 14th this month. He told this decision to the media following a decision of the party taken yesterday. Former Minister Rishad Badiuddin said that the Supreme Council of the party had a lengthy discussion to decide to whom they support at this election. They all came to a conclusion that the final decision will be announced on the 14th of this month. He added that the country cannot be reversed at this moment and the present situation should be continued.
The Youth for Justice organisation expressed their dissatisfaction towards the statement made by former parliamentarian Lal Kantha regarding the struggle in Bangladesh. They stated that Lal Kantha and others had an expectation to grab power outside of the democratic framework. Former parliamentarian Lal Kantha said that people cannot come to the streets frequently as they chased President Gotabaya Rajapaksa and the Bangladesh leader. He said that there was an opportunity after the Gulf-faced struggle when they ousted President Gotabaya. He said that at that time people should have come to the parliament premises to chase the parliamentarians away. He said that, however, it was failed and the parliamentarian again built up its power. He said that therefore the people's struggle ended up without a result. Chairman of the Youth for Justice organisation, Attorney-at-Law Sagar Bandara, said that Lal Kantha invited the people to come to the parliament premises to seize the parliament. He said that now he has again confirmed his idea through this statement. He said that Lal Kantha must reveal that whether it is his party's ideology or his personal opinion. Executive member of the Youth for Justice organisation, Harshan Pereira, said that they request the people to think about the future and freedom of the country at this juncture. Some politicians are promoting undemocratic ideas. He said that peace-loving people should criticize and reject such ideas. Now, two more candidates have placed their deposits for the presidential election today. Pani Vijay Sirivardhana will contest at the election, this time under the Socialist Equal Party. He contests a presidential election this year for the third occasion. Another independent candidate also placed deposits for the presidential election today. Meanwhile, all election monitoring organizations met the Election Commission today. This is the first such meeting held after the appointment of the Election Commission. The Commission clarifies the election rules and regulations to the monitoring bodies at this meeting. Executive Director of the Institute of Democratic Reforms and Election Studies, Manjula Gajanayaka, said that they are happy with all political parties and their candidates at this election. The election campaign has passed 10 days. So far, during the same period in 2019, a large number of election-related violence incidents were reported. However, this time no such incident has been reported thus far.
Construction of Gatambe flyover bridge has recommenced at present. The construction was stalled due to economic crisis in the country. Minister Dr. Bandulu Gunawardena came there yesterday and inspected the construction. This flyover is constructed under the loans provided by the Hungarian government. A group of representatives from Hungary was also present at this occasion. The minister described the importance of constructing this flyover bridge as the place is very important access to Kandy city. The minister requested the Hungarian representative to accelerate constructions. They said that the constructions are scheduled to be completed within a period of 2 years, and State Minister Dilum Amunagama, several public officials were present at this occasion. Minister Dr. Bandulu Gunawardena said that these projects should be carried out with further planning and with a clear vision for future. Almost all of these projects have been started under foreign aid. The future generations will have to pay back these loans. A small country with small economy like us cannot develop infrastructure only using tax money. During the past decades, all roads, bunds, anicuts, expressways and railway tracks have been constructed under foreign loans.
President Ranil Wickremesinghe met with a group of undergraduate law students from the Open University of Sri Lanka to the Presidential Secretariat yesterday, fostering an educational and interactive experience. This visit marks a part of the initiative by the President to provide school and university students with opportunities to explore the President's house. During their visit to the Presidential Secretariat, President Wickremesinghe engaged in a friendly and informative conversation with the students who had requested an opportunity to meet him. The President inquired about their educational activities and addressed their questions regarding the legislature, the executive and the judiciary, providing insights into these crucial aspects of the governance. The visit concluded with a group photograph of the President and the students, marking a memorable and inspiring day for the future legal professionals. This visit marks a part of the initiative by the President to provide school and university students with opportunities to explore places of educational value around Colombo, including the President's house, the Presidential Secretariat, the Port City, the Central Bank and the Parliament. Approximately 280 undergraduate law students were participated in the field trip.
State Minister Ranjit Siyambalapitiya requests the Samagi Janabalawege to reveal their limitations and the base of changes if they alter the IMF agreement. The State Minister made this request at the adjourning debate held in the Parliament today regarding the mid-year finance situation. Parliamentarian Harsha De Silva said that reforms mean the restructuring of the economy. He said that the SJB has no problem with the reforms presented by President Ranil Wickremesinghe. He said that, however, the SJB will change them once it comes to power. State Minister Ranjit Siyambalapitiya said that Harsha De Silva says that they changed the IMF agreement. He said that then they should reveal the limitations and the places of changes and the relevant conditions. He said that because of the current agreement with the IMF, the international community has placed confidence on Sri Lanka. He said that our foreign reserves grew due to the IMF loans. Anyone can say anything for popularity. He said that the SJB should clarify how they do the changes.
And here are a few more local news items in brief. A person was killed during a road traffic accident that occurred at Patulpana area in Lellupitiya in Ratnapura. The accident occurred when a lorry bound to Ratnapura with a load of cement bags knocked down another lorry parked beside the road. Both lorries fell into a nearby stream after the accident. The Department of Agriculture says that about 2 million metric tons of paddy harvest is expected this Yala season. 480,000 hectares were cultivated with paddy this season. 77% of the harvest is of the Nadu variety and 11% of the Samba variety and 12% of Kiri Samba. Minister Mahinda Amaraveera says therefore there will be no shortage of rice at the market this year. The inner Perahara of the 4 Devalayas of the Kandy Asala festival were paraded yesterday. 5 such Peraharas are to be held this year. The first Kumbal Perahara will parade the streets on the 10th of this month. An archaeological survey has revealed that the history of the Polonnaru sacred city runs further into the past. In a survey conducted using LiDAR technology, it was unveiled that a zone with ruins of ancient gardens exist in the Parakramabahu palace premises. Under this technology, the ruins located under 3 meters of soil can be monitored. The La Trobe University in Australia, the Department of Archaeology, the Central Cultural Fund and the University of California jointly conducted this survey. And that's all the news from home. Stay tuned for foreign news after this break.
වසර 100කට පසුව නැවතත් පැරිසියට එළඹෙන ක්‍රීඩාවේ
We now move on to world news. Nobel Peace Prize laureate Muhammad Yunus has been chosen to lead Bangladesh's interim government after the resignation of the former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina.
The decision to name Muhammad Yunus as chief advisor of the interim government followed a meeting between President Mohammad Shahabuddin, military leaders and student leaders. The death count in the massive protests following Hasina-led government's announcement of the quota system in jobs has risen to 440. At least 24 people, including an Indonesian national, were burnt alive by a mob in Bangladesh at a starred hotel owned by a leader of the Awami League party after its leader Sheikh Hasina resigned as Prime Minister and fled the country. The mob set fire to the Zabir International Hotel owned by District Awami League General Secretary Shaheen Shakladar in Joshore's district. The anti-government protesters requested the Nobel Peace Prize winner Muhammad Yunus to be the next Prime Minister in Bangladesh. In 1983, Muhammad Yunus founded the Grameen Bank, the self-proclaimed pioneer microcredit organization in the world, which has since accumulated more than 9 million clients. According to the Nobel Prize website, both Muhammad Yunus and Grameen Bank were awarded the Peace Prize in 2006 for their work to create economic and social development from below.
Kamala Harris introduced her running mate, Tim Walz, at a raucous rally in Philadelphia that showcased Democratic unity and enthusiasm for the party's presidential ticket ahead of the November election. Kamala Harris announced the 60-year-old governor as her running mate, Tim Walz, yesterday morning, hours after she formally secured the Democratic nomination, becoming the first woman of color to lead